What's good, YouTube? MLB Updates 365 here, and welcome to my first YouTube video. We're just going to get right into things in here. I have a lot to say about the Fernando Tatis situation that happened last night. So if you already haven't heard, we're going to give you an in-depth breakdown of it coming up in the video. Follow us on Instagram, MLB Updates 365, and enjoy the video. Peace.
6 or 7 seconds. I don't think I worked particularly fast.
This ball hammered out to right field, and that is a grand slam. Tatis has driven in 7 runs with 2 homers and now has 11 long balls on the year. And
this discussion there, and I wonder, how the Rangers feel about it. And I think that.
So the incident that we're going to be talking about in this video actually happened last night between the Texas Rangers and the San Diego Padres, and in particular, the top of the 8th inning. So in the top of the 8th inning, the Rangers were down 10-3, and Padres superstar Fernando Tatis Jr. was up to bat. He ended up working a 3-0 count, and the Padres third base coach gave him the take sign, and Tatis Jr. neglected the take, and on the 3-0 count, 92-mile-an-hour fastball, middle high, hit a grand slam to the opposite field. Now you might be thinking, what's the controversy within this? Yeah, the Padres gave him the take sign, but that's not really what we're going to be talking about. It's actually what happened on the Rangers side of things here, who were very livid and unhappy with Tatis Jr. swinging 3-0 up 7 in the top of the 8th inning. As a fan of the game and as a person who plays sports, you play to win the game. It doesn't matter how much you're winning by. And let me remind you, this isn't Little League Baseball. There's no run deficits. This is Major League Baseball, where guys get paid for a living to hit home runs, score runs, and more importantly, help their team win. Tatis Jr. was also tied for the league lead in home runs last night with Mike Trout, and that grand slam put him to 11 and gave him sole possession of the lead. So kudos to him. But more importantly, like I said, you played to win. Let me remind you, like about 10 years ago, the Texas Rangers actually defeated the Baltimore Orioles 30-3. And who cares what the score was? Who cares if they were running it up? At the end of the day, it's a game. You play the win. It doesn't matter the score, like I said. And that's embarrassing for the Orioles. But the Rangers didn't feel embarrassed for the Orioles because they did their job. That's their job to do. This is their livelihood. They're playing to win. Like, it's not like, oh, the other team's down, let's make them catch up and make it a close game. It's not fun and games. No, it's like competition. And the fact that Rangers manager Chris Woodward was so cowardly enough to go out the next pitch, say some words to his pitcher, we don't know what he said, but it's safe to assume he said throw either at the batter or throw behind him, because on the next pitch, ironically, Manny Machado is thrown behind with a 92, I believe, mile-an-hour fastball. And the pitcher was like, oh, it slipped off my finger. And even the announcers were like, come on, man, we know it didn't slip. It was obviously clear intent. And the thing that makes me laugh in a way, as someone commented on our Instagram, is he going to get suspended like Joe Kelly did? And that brings up a great point, because on one hand, like I said before, Joe Kelly is one of the most wild pitchers in MLB. And his pitches didn't hit Bregman or Correa. And in this case, it was clearly intentional that the Rangers pitcher, I forget his name, threw behind Manny Machado. So he brings up a great point that he should maybe get a suspension too. But the thing that baffles me is just that the Rangers manager acted this way. You should be more upset that your team was down 7 runs and that they weren't playing well and the Padres were putting it on you guys. Like, it's just crazy to me that you're more upset that a 21-year-old superstar is playing 100% in a game that he knows is probably secured. And let me remind you, too, there have been plenty of times in MLB history where 7-run deficits have been erased and the other team has won. There actually has been a lot of going back and forth of who was right and who was wrong. And a lot of guys have actually supported Tatis, including former players and current players. And one of the current players that I love that supported Tatis Jr. was Cincinnati Reds pitcher Trevor Bauer. So Trevor Bauer actually put out a tweet, and he listed 4 things in the tweet. The first thing that he listed was keep swinging 3-0 if you want to, no matter what the situation or the score of the game is. Now, thank you, Trevor Bauer. Number 2, keep hitting homers no matter what the situation is. Thank you, Trevor Bauer. Number 3, keep bringing energy and flashiness to baseball, making it fun for a fan to watch. Thank you, Trevor Bauer. And more importantly, this is the number 4 thing that he said, and I couldn't agree more with. The only thing you did wrong was apologize. Stop that. Tatis Jr. did nothing wrong. He didn't showboat. He didn't bat flip. He just ran around the bases and acted like it was his job that he needed to do, which it is, and just went out there like a veteran. I mean, this whole situation is just why baseball loses fans. It's not anything against the Rangers. Tatis Jr. was just trying to help his team win, as I said. And it's just a shame that this is what it comes to. Whatever happened to the competitive side of things in sports, to play the win no matter how much you're winning by. And especially with a guy like Tatis Jr., who's solidifying himself as one of the best players in baseball, and hopefully becomes a face of the Major League Baseball, and hopefully the MLB doesn't mess this up with him. And it's just crazy to me, like I said, that we actually had to debate this, because the only thing that I really see that Fernando Tatis Jr. did wrong was maybe neglect his coach and take that pitch. But can you really be upset at the fact that he hit a grand slam and put that game away for the team? What's up, everyone? Just wanted to give everyone a quick update. There was actually some suspensions given out in this incident. Texas Rangers manager Chris Woodward received a 1-game suspension, and the pitcher that threw behind Manny Machado received a 3-game suspension. So kudos to MLB for stepping in and doing the right thing, because as we all know, there's clear intention behind that pitch. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed my first YouTube video. I myself had a lot of fun making it, so I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it. Please leave down some suggestions, content ideas, and more importantly, constructive criticism, things I can improve upon. I'd love for you guys to give me some feedback. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and peace.